Back to Cinema Flicks Music Picks. I'm Davey, your host with the most, the beast with the least. Least I can do today is brand new album review of the released today on Big Star Records as opposed to Big Star. Solo album by Steve Stoeckel called The Power of And. Although I suppose it could run on to be The Power of And Steve Stoeckel. Steve, should you not be aware, is from the Spongestones, the power pop legends who, what, they've been going for 43 years or something now. And we're always more influenced in the power pop realm by the more Beatles-esque side, rather than that kind of the knack and that kind of side of it, the more Peter Case kind of side of power pop. So this is very much still in the more McCartney-esque vein in places, and some different places that you wouldn't expect actually from Steve. So generally speaking, there's so many projects that he's been involved with, dozens of things with the Spongestones, two spin-off bands from that with there's the duo, and then what's the kind of group called, the Pop Co-op, yeah. So at least 3 projects, and the solo career as well. No need to really go into too much depth on this because it's almost intentionally a very plain and plaintive album. It is 15 tracks, but yet only 36 minutes. So on average, we're talking about 2.5 minutes roughly. A couple of tracks are a bit shorter, a couple of tracks a bit longer, but nothing, there's no 7-minute epic on here. And as you'd expect, there is quite a lot that does show the same influences that are so ingrained into what makes Steve, such a great songwriter and has done for all those years. But he is one part of a songwriting collaboration in the band and in the various projects. So like a lot of acts and groups where there are multiple songwriters, ends up with a backlog and thinks, only way to really get this out there is to solo it and literally just get it out there. Again, no massive surprises here. There's a lot of tracks where you're going to get McCartney-esque vocals, but his voice is still fantastic, still holds up brilliantly, even after 43 odd years in the industry. You have, again, 15 tracks, so there is room to go round the spectrum. So although there's a lot here that's familiar, it also gives him a chance to play about with the things that maybe he hasn't done before. Best example of that would be track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, The Emerald Sea. 1 minute and 58 seconds, and that's actually one of the ones we think, I could take a whole album of that, or at least it could be a bit longer. It's a very Celtic track, penny whistle on it. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous stuff. It sounds more like the more gentle parts of things like the Water Boys and whatnot. So yeah, I could have taken some more Horslips even when they do acoustic. I could have taken more of that. Skippy's Parade, a few tracks later on, that only goes for about 1 minute and 20 odd seconds. So again, we do have some very short tracks here. And that's kind of mandolin-led stuff. There's a few tracks here that go into a bit more of a country style, but never too far. It's very Americana kind of country rather than, that modern like Nashville nonsense. What was the one I was thinking of, for example? Like Why, which is a lovely duet. Why is one of my favourite tracks on the album. You have Irene Pena doing a duet on it, and to me it sounds like when John Prine duetted with Nancy Griffith. It's got that kind of vibe to it, on Breaking the Speed of the Sound of Loneliness. Fantastic stuff, really fantastic. Now, that's not to say that there aren't rockers on here, because it's very well sequenced. Every few tracks Steve has the idea, and it's self-produced, Steve has the idea to maybe we should just give this a kick up the arse. I mean, it's only 36 minutes, so it doesn't need too many kicks. But it starts with Laura Lynn, which is, just a fun rocker. Laura Lynn, it's one of those, you got me on my knees, you make me say please, it's very, again, simple lyrics in the classic style. It's not trying to be too smart for its own good. It knows what it is. It knows that we're just doing short, sharp, memorable hooks, get in, get out, thank you folks, tip your waitress kind of stuff. Same with Christine. Christine's got that wonderful, catchy sing-along stuff as well. In fact, it's quite similar to Laura Lynn, but it's got slight differences in tone. And God, there's other tracks on here that you could just go through pretty much. I mean, Hummingbirds, this gorgeous track with kind of virtual flute on it, and again the penny whistle comes back for that to gives it more of a classic folk vibe. There are tracks on it where ukulele kind of dominates. The penny whistle is on 2 or 3 tracks. Mod Girl is a really good track, which, as it suggests from the title, sounds like the kind of thing that's paying tribute to Ray Davies. I mean, it references Carnaby Street and whatnot, so it's very much a song that is in the, if not doing the voice, it's in the tradition of well-respected man or almost literally dedicated follower of fashion by the Kinks. So it knows its lineage. Monsters Under My Bed starts quite quietly and quite acoustic, and then it has a wonderful, great heavy guitar crunch towards it, which, kind of comes out of nowhere, but I guess that's Monsters Under Your Bed for you, isn't it? You do have a nice, peaceful sleep, and then all of a sudden the monsters come out. So again, 15 tracks here. Heather Gray's another lovely. In fact, all the tracks that have got a female title in it are absolutely fantastic. There's no downers here. There's nothing on here that's not at least damn good. But overall, 15 tracks, can't go wrong. Power pop, if you like power pop that's also folk infused, which is quite it's not too common. So you'll recognise the things in this from Steve's career, but you'll also appreciate that he said, I'll maybe try and incorporate other things that I like too. I don't need to just sound like Paul McCartney in places, or just try and do something that appeals to the the people like me that worship Chris Bell and Alex Chilton and Eric Carmen and the like. So he knows what to include, but also knows, okay, we can move away from that. I've got 15 tracks to play about with. Why make 15 similar tracks? So very much a diverse little record for being only 36 minutes. So I'll try and be relatively brief for a change. So I hope I've given you a little taste of what to expect here. It's diverse without being erratic, and it's cohesive without being repetitive. I think that's the best kind of short way to sum it up. I should have just went with that at the start. Anyways, as always, I'll stick a couple of tracks in the comments for you to check out. And again, as always, stay safe out there, and love and indeed mercy. Apologies, but last week I had 2 reviews taped. They didn't upload correctly, and I'm going to need to retape them. My heart wasn't in it. You broke my heart, YouTube. You broke my heart, Fredo. So I'll re-record those. Nothing major, but I'll re-record them, set them up, hopefully the weekend. Until now, though, this is out today. You should go out and get it if you like anything that I've kind of referenced, or indeed the tracks below. So until next time, be good, and if you can't be good, be safe.